But hey, want to see something cool? I just merged a code change to our payment service and now need to update the config. The TLDR is we are diagnosing an API problem and need to push out a logging change. We're using CloudTruth for centralized config and secrets. So I'm going to jump over to the UI here and add the new config settings for the payments app so the ops team can deploy it to prod. I've already added a Sentry API endpoint, and now I need to add a log level setting. Create a new parameter is easy: key name, description, and optional rule. In this case, I'll use the log level rule, which will enforce type checking. Notice I'm allowed to select info, warn, debug, or traces values. These guardrails avoid misconfigurations. Now I'll set the values for all environments, starting with the default setting, which will be used unless there's an override further down on the tree. Let's set the development environment value to debug. This means all child environments will inherit the value or it can be overridden. Moving on to the production environment, changing the default value from info to trace. While I type in the value, the parameter rules display allowed values. Saving the change. Now back to the parameter list screen for the payments app. And let's evaluate all the interpolated values. These are like symlinks to other projects, which add a lot of flexibility. I need to do a side-by-side value comparison across the environments to make sure the settings are all correct. All the config settings across environments in one place, I just wanted to focus on the differences. A quick spot check and everything looks good. The critical change in value to tracing is set. Now I'm going to jump over to the template system. Let's preview the template that we used to create the config map. Templates are like mini programs using the Liquid templating language. This template creates a config map that the CloudTruth Kubernetes operator will use and fetch from the platform. One final spot check using the CLI to make sure the config map is correct. With CloudTruth, it's easy to fetch config for any component. All you need to know are three things: the project name, the environment name, and the output format, like config map, JSON, YAML, env vars, etc. Here I just generated and fetched the config and displayed it to the screen, and spot checking all the values. So what if I wanted a different output format? That's easy. Just rerun the CLI command to replace config map with JSON or YAML. Our config maps used to be a real mess, but with CloudTruth, we get consistent, automated, and repeatable config generation, and our release velocity has improved dramatically. Wrapping up here, let's check the Kubernetes dashboard and verify the payments config map is updated. The CloudTruth open source Kubernetes operator automatically syncs and applies all changes. Here we can see that the trace log level is set for production environment.